Welcome to the second episode of Protect the World, Africa. Every month this year, I'll be visiting a different not-for-profit organisation from across the African continent. My goal is to share their stories with you in the form of 12 short documentaries. This month, I've travelled to Korogocho, one of Kenya's largest slums, to learn about an incredible grassroots NGO who are working to unlock the talents of the children who live here. A big thank you to everyone who supports this project, and I hope you find Hamilton and his team as inspiring as I do. Cheers.
My name is Ayiera Nyanga. I was born in Korogocho Slum about 42 years ago. I was born and I grew up in the same place. And I'm still serving the community in the same place. I'm the founder and current director of Ayiera Initiative organization. Ayiera Initiative is a charitable sports for development organization based in Korogocho Slum. Korogocho is the third largest slum in Kenya. Is where people who have no means are living. And they're living in a very difficult condition. There is no running water, there is no sewer lines, and also lack of electricity. Being a kid or growing up in Korogocho was very hard, very difficult. I came from a very poor family background. My parents were so poor, they had no employment, so they were just surviving. I went to school until I completed my primary level of education. From there, I dropped out of school. So my parents were not able to take me to school. I was out of school. So I just turned to the dumping site. So for my survival, just like many other slum dwellers do. Dandora dumpsite is where waste are being thrown from different parts of Nairobi. But people of Korogocho, they find livelihood out of the Dandora dumping site. So I went there. I used to scavenge for scrap metals and all things that can be recycled there at the dumping site. So in 2004, there was a white guy from Austria. His name was called Mr. Siegfried. So he came to Kenya with the concept of taking Kenyan players to the Homeless World Cup. So he was looking for people like us who are homeless, who are struggling in life. In 2006, this tournament was held in Cape Town, South Africa. And this is where I got a breakthrough because I went to play in that particular tournament representing Kenya. We beat Ukraine by 3-2 penalties. And I am the one who scored the deciding penalty. So we come back with the cup. And then when I was participating in that particular tournament, we get some small money. I was given something like 700 euros. So when I come back to Korogocho Slum, I decided to use this money to start a Ayiera Initiative organization. And my aim was just to try and give children of Korogocho Slum opportunity for a better life. The main thing that I looked for was to look for a ball. That was the one thing that I could bring them together. Then I just tried to encourage them and to guide them and to show them that they can come out of poverty. I believe so much in the power of sports generally, and football is in my blood. With the good support and good structure, maybe I could be playing in one of these biggest clubs in the world. And I say that football just acts as a tool to bring these children together. Then we can take them to school and maybe you can tell them the importance of education. So that's the power of football. And we believe so much that football can be a powerful tool to address anything. Right now, Ayiera Initiative have been working for the last 18 years. We have about 4,000 to 5,000 children who are participants of our program. On weekends, about 1,000 children come to the center. And sometimes we have to rotate them because our center is not that big. We have scholarship program. where we support the kids throughout the education from primary level to university level. From Monday to Friday, they're in school. Then we engage them on Saturday and Sunday when they're out of school. And we try to give them something that they don't get in school. So we have quite a lot of activity as a Ayiera Initiative that is being carried out here in the center. We have a Slum Footy League that runs from February to December. And also we have exchange program whereby we take our kids out of Korogocho slum to compete with other kids in Tanzania and other areas. We have education activities where the kids are being taught about health and life skills. They're being taught about entrepreneurship, and also they're being taught about peace and reconciliation. So apart from that, we also teach the children computer studies, and we also try to develop various talents of the kids. We have modeling class, we have singing club, we have dancing club, we have acting club, we have art class. And I believe you can only have a decent life through two things, that is education and through the talent. So we also do the feeding program. We feed them basic food, green grams, rice and porridge, because we don't want the kids to go to look for food at the dumping site like I used to do. Many people experience health problems because of the dumping site, maybe asthma and maybe respiratory diseases. But also, people like me, for example, I develop a gum problem and teeth problem because of what I used to eat from there. So we try as much as possible to keep away children going to the dumping site to look for food. When they get food, something to eat, then they will concentrate with what we are trying to offer them here. And that is the education and talent development. We also have social events whereby we try to bring our community together. We call it Destitute Children Event. So this event is held the last Saturday before Christmas Day. The main purpose of this particular event is just to show the children that they can make it in life despite being born in slum. So during that event, we give the children platform to showcase their talent in different fields: football, acting, singing, dancing. And also on that particular day, we award the outstanding children. Which child have been attending to school so well, which child have been performing so well academically back in school. But it also serves as a Christmas party for the kids. Because back home you'll find in Christmas Day there is no new clothes, even sometimes there is no food, they're just there. Yeah, they're just there. The children have great talent. There are some who are good footballers, good musicians, good actors. Last year, Kenya participated in the FIFA Women World Cup for the first time. And in that team, there were 2 girls from our project. So the talent is there. But sometimes this talent goes to waste. Right now, we are in a very difficult financial status. In fact, we are driven by passion, because we want to do something for our community. So with or without the money, we are still there. We do in a small way that we can. We wish to do a lot, but our hands are tied because we don't have the sufficient funds to run all the activities. We have so many plans, so many plans. And in fact, my biggest wish is just to set up a school where we can give the children a good foundation for education, free of charge. Ayiera Initiative, we are trying to possibly transform Korogocho slum as a community. Our team, we call ourselves Slum Changers. So anyone who is willing to be part of Ayiera Initiative, he can just come. We are available, and maybe we can join hands and try to make the world a better place.
Thanks for tuning in to the second episode of Protect the World, Africa. This month, I'd like to really encourage you to make a direct donation to the Ayiera Initiative. For the last 10 years, they've received funding from a large donor organisation, but unfortunately that organisation has limits on how long they can fund certain projects. As a result, the Ayiera Initiative is facing a difficult financial position this year, and they could really use your support. There's over 4,000 kids wanting to participate in the Ayiera Initiative's programs, but there's only space for 1,000 to attend on any given weekend. Only 600 are receiving financial assistance for their school fees, and only 200 are able to be provided with meals. That's already an incredible effort, but it does mean that there's hundreds, potentially thousands of children who are being forced to scavenge at Dandora dumpsite when they could be getting an education and developing their talents at the Ayiera Initiative. This is an organisation that has been built from the ground up in Korogocho slum by the people who live there. Their team is largely made up of past participants who have benefited from the program in their youth and want to give back to it. And they're doing all this amazing work on an almost entirely volunteer basis at the moment. So if you have the means, please head to ayiera-initiative.org and click the donate button in the top right corner. Whatever you're able to give will go a long way. In addition to this documentary, I was able to make a donation of $1,000 to the Ayiera Initiative. Some of this came from the amazing people who support my work through Patreon, but most of it came out of my own pocket. Ultimately, I want to make this project sustainable, visiting a different NGO every month, documenting their work, and then contributing to it financially. Unfortunately, we're still quite away from it being sustainable, but if you'd like to help me get there, please consider signing up to the Patreon for as little as $5 a month. You can also help out by subscribing to my newsletter, following my work on social media and YouTube, and sharing this video with your friends and family. You'll find all the relevant links, including to the Patreon, in the description or in my bio, depending on where you're watching this. Another huge thank you to everyone who supports this project, financially or otherwise. And I'll see you next month for another episode of Protect the World.